سلامونه کتونکو ظهیر یوسف زه د عارفای ډیجیټل ټي وي په شیشه د پروګرام پښتو ټایم سره ستاسو په درانه خدمت کې حاضر یم. کتونکو نن در سره د سټریټیجیک پلان ډیویژن سلاکار لیفټیننټ جنرال خالد احمد کدوایی صاحب په سټریټیجیک ویژن انسټیټیوټ کې د پاکستان او روس ترمنځ د نړیوالو وسلو د بدلون په اړه خبرې اترې شریکوم. ښاغلي د ټول ناول د روس نه راغلي میلمنو ته تود هرکلی وویل او د سټراتیجیک ویژن انسټیټیوټ د څلورو لوړو رتبه روسي تینک ټینکونو په همکارۍ د دې مهم کنفرنس په تنظیمولو د زړه له تله د سټریټیجیک ویژن ستاینه وکړه او زیاته کړه چې د ډاکټر نعیم احمد سالک د غوره رهبرۍ لاندې SVI د پاکستان د یو پیژندلي تینک ټینک په توګه په تګ کې اوږده لاره وهلې ده. د دې په شان ګډې غونډې او کنفرنسونه چې د دواړو هیوادونو د کارپوهانو او پوهانو په ګډون د دواړو هیوادونو ترمنځ د اړیکو شواله په ګوته کوي.
At the outset, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to our Russian guests for being with us this morning. We are grateful that you find the time from your very busy schedules to be in Pakistan. We are honored by your presence. I hope that besides the serious business of participating in the two-day conference, SVI will give you ample opportunity to see and enjoy some parts of Pakistan, a bit of Pakistani culture, a touch of life in Pakistan, and lots of Pakistani hospitality and our cuisine. I'm sure that you will carry with you happy memories of your stay in Pakistan, and you are welcome to come again and again.
ښاغلي د بدلیدونکي صورتحال په اړه د روس او پاکستان په اړیکو رڼا واچوله او د یوکرین او فلسطین شخړو ذکر یې وکړو او سره سره د SCO بریکس کواد او کوس په شان تنظیمونو جوړېدو په اړه هم خبرې اترې وکړې. د ډالر د کمۍ بایډن او شي جین پینګ ترمنځ جوړ تاوتریخوالي کې د کمۍ او د دې د ټولو عواملو په نتیجه کې په سیمه کې د سو اثراتو په اړه د خپلو خیالاتو څرګندونه وکړه او ویل
The theme of the conference, that is Pakistan-Russia relations amid transforming global order, I think has been well selected, keeping in view the rapidly transforming, rapidly evolving global order. Major global events like the ongoing wars in Ukraine and Palestine, the emergence of important forums like the SCO, BRICS, Quad, and AUKUS, the de-dollarization drive, the recent meeting of President Xi Jinping and President Biden with some melting of ice, to name just a few, are becoming agents of transformation in the emerging global order. Our part of the world's South Asia is invariably affected by these developments, especially ever since President Obama's policy of pivot to Asia took root and started to generate strategic effects in our region. Earlier, the US policies of exceptionalism of giving India a free pass or exemption on trade with the nuclear suppliers group exacerbated Pakistan's security concerns and continues to exert pressure on Pakistan's strategic response options.
د اومې په لسیمه کې د روس سره په اړیکو کې بهتري راغله او دا د پاکستان د تاریخ یو روښانه باب ګڼل کیږي ځکه چې په دې وخت کې د پاکستان سټیل میل جوړ سو. په دې اړه ښاغلي وړاندې وویل
However, in 1972, the Pakistani government revived the relationship once again. This period was symbolized by the construction of the Pakistan steel mill at Karachi by the Soviet Union, and there was cooperation in other areas, including defense as well. I recall the professional excitement when I was a young captain in 1973, recently repatriated after being a prisoner of war for 2 years in India, and my medium regiment artillery was equipped with the Russian 130mm gun. It was Pakistan's longest shooting artillery gun at the time, with a maximum range of around 30 kilometers, and the regiment took much pride in that fact. Also added to the gun were the massive Kraz gun towers and the Gaz jeeps. In the civil sector, the Skoda car became fairly popular. All of these are pleasant memories of a positive Pakistan-Russia relationship, even though the USSR had backed India in the 1971 war.
ښاغلي وی چې د 20مې صدۍ په شورو کې د پاک روس اړیکې ښه سوې. په شنګای تعاون تنظیم کې پاکستان رکن جوړېدو کې د ولسمشر پیوتن مرسته شامله وه.
The Pakistan-Russia relationship once again took a positive turn in the beginning of this century, And this has been by far the longest period of upturn of bilateral relations. It now appears that there is a genuine desire in both countries to continue moving on this positive curve. And much credit for this certainly goes to President Vladimir Putin for his personal interest and contribution towards the improvement of Pakistan-Russia relations. It was on President Putin's watch that Pakistan became a member of the SCO with Russian and Chinese support. It was also on his watch that Pakistan has received prompt Russian response whenever it needed to import wheat in periods of food insecurity. More recently, Pakistan has received 2 shipments of oil from Russia, and agreements of more such shipments are underway. And the next critical agreement likely to be finalized in the near future would be for the procurement of LPG from Russia.
هغه ویل ګډ پوځي مشقونه د دواړه ښځو اړیکو په برخه کې یو مهم پرمختګ دی.
The cooperation between the two militaries is also growing, with soldiers from both sides visiting each other's country or undertaking joint training exercises. In 2021 alone, 1,600 Pakistani military personnel visited Russia to participate in various joint exercises.
په پاکستانی رسنیو کې د روسي په اړه تل مثبت خبرونه خپرول په ډاګه کوي چې د پاکستان او روس دواړه ښځه اړیکې خورې قوي او ښې دي. هغه وویل
And evidence of the growing goodwill for Russia can be judged from the fact that the otherwise boisterous Pakistani media does not run any stories which might project Russia in a negative light.
نوموړي وی چې د روس او یوکرین د شخړې له پیل راهیسې پاکستان د روس په وړاندې د ملګرو ملتونو د کوم قرارداد په حق کې خپله رایه نه ده ورکړې.
Since the start of the Russia-Ukraine conflict, Pakistan has not voted in favor of any UN resolution against Russia, despite international pressure that it has had to endure. The record of the UN voting patterns also shows that Pakistan is among the top countries that have voted in sync with Russia on various international issues, showing the convergence in thinking and policies between the two countries.
ښاغلي د اسلامفوبیا په وړاندې د ولسمشر پوتین د واضح عمل پلان ستاینه وکړه. ویې ویل
At the global level, Pakistanis deeply appreciate President Putin's strong stand against Islamophobia and the incidents of desecration of the Holy Quran in some Scandinavian countries.
ښاغلي د دغه جوړ شوي کنفرانس په اهمیت رڼا واچوله او د دې ډول فورمونو په جوړولو یې زور واچو.
It is also imperative that the frequency of interactions like this conference, providing greater exchange of ideas, promoting collaborative research projects and discussions between scholars and experts is enhanced, in order to provide intellectual support to greater mutual understanding, which in turn will contribute positively towards further strengthening of bilateral relations.
هغه خوشي څرګنده کړه چې روس د پاکستان د حاکمیت امنیت په اهمیت او په دې برخه کې پورته شوي ګامونه ویني. همدا وجه ده چې د هند په ګډون یو شمېر ګاونډي هیوادونو باندې له روس سره د اړیکو پر زیاتېدو پاکستان اعتراض نه کوي. هغه په دې اړه وویل
I am happy to note again that Russia respects Pakistan's sovereignty and strategic autonomy. By the same token, Pakistan does not particularly grudge Russia's long-standing strategic relationships with some countries in our neighborhood. However, we do hope that while providing high-end military hardware to those countries, Russia would very carefully consider the likely repercussions on Pakistan's security and regional stability.
د پاکستان د اټمي پروګرام او د پاکستان د امنیت د شوالي په اړه ښاغلي وویل
In military terms, Pakistan's nuclear capability has proven beyond doubt to be a viable strategic solution in providing security through deterrence and satisfactorily addressing Pakistan's long-standing dilemma of relative conventional forces asymmetry with its adversary. Now, because of a robust nuclear weapons capability articulated through the policy of full spectrum deterrence, Pakistan is secure from possible aggression by its larger neighbor.
ښاغلي وی د پاکستان اټمي پروګرام په سیمه کې د سولې ضمانت دی. له همدې امله که زموږ اټمي وسلې یعنې د سولې وسلې وبلل سي دا به بې ځایه نه وي.
I have said this on a number of occasions and would like to repeat for emphasis that Pakistan's nuclear capability as the great equalizer has proved to be an instrument of peace enforcement in South Asia. Pakistan's nuclear weapons can therefore be regarded as weapons of peace. However, as will be discussed in tomorrow's session on reducing nuclear risks at the time of conflict escalation, the nuclear capabilities in South Asia, in the absence of conflict resolution to long-standing disputes, do not come without risks of miscalculation, misunderstandings, or miscommunication in a conflict situation. The two escalatory episodes of February 2019 and March 2022, both undertaken by India as high-risk, irresponsible adventures, highlight the need for a mature and responsible risk reduction mechanism to be put in place between Pakistan and India. The earlier the better. On this account, Pakistan has never been found wanting in making any number of nuclear risk reduction proposals, including the well-conceived and well-articulated long-standing strategic restraint regime. I shall leave it at that.
د پاکستان د اټمي انرژۍ د پروګرام په اړه هغه ویل چې دا پروګرام لا په لومړنیو پړاوونو کې دی.
In economic terms, Pakistan's civil nuclear energy program is in a potentially takeoff stage with its Nuclear Energy Vision 2050, which stands duly approved by Pakistan's National Command Authority as far back as 2011. The Nuclear Energy Vision 2050 envisages the provision of 42,000 megawatts, the equivalent of almost 10 Kalabagh dams, of clean, safe and relatively cheap energy to Pakistan's economic needs through the sequential installation of a series of nuclear power plants across the country, well balanced in all 4 provinces.
ګرانو کتونکو دا پروګرام هم په دغه ځای پای ته رسي. ستاسو نه غواړو اجازه د الله پامان.